Hello and welcome to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC. Talk Leadership with Cedrick is where we focus on leadership and personal growth with business leaders, educators, and local thought leaders. Our goal is to introduce our audience to leaders who are making an impact with innovative ideas. Our guiding leadership principle is the law of contribution. Growing yourself enables you to grow others. You can't give what you don't have. So first you must grow yourself to be able to help others grow. We believe outstanding leaders like yourself will help us help others. So tonight we have another dynamic leader with us. And I want to, every week I do a proper introduction. So I want to do the exact same thing. I want to do a proper introduction of our guest tonight. Tonight we have with us Ms. Desiree Antoinette Bellard. She's a lifelong native of Lake Charles, Louisiana. She's married to DeMonte Bellard, and together they have three dynamic sons, Damon, Dominique, and Daxton. She also has she is also the bonus mom to Jalen Jackson. Desiree is a proud Sergeant Indian, class of 2003, Washington Marion High School. Whoop, whoop. She is also a proud graduate of Southern University, where she majored in psychology as a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, class of 2008. While on the campus of Southern University, Desiree was fortunate to become a member of Beta Psi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha, aka Sorority Incorporated, and is currently an active member in the local graduate chapter, Zeta Psi Omega. She also serves as the chapter's sergeant at arms and corresponding secretary. Desiree has been employed by the state of Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services for 11 years. She has worked in the capacity of foster care case manager and adoption specialist. Knowing that all her blessings come from God, Desiree considers it a blessing to be a member of Christian Baptist Church, where Reverend Dr. Edward Alexander Jr. is the pastor. She is active in the women's ministry, marriage ministry, sanctuary choir. Being a part of the Bible study at this church has really influenced her life and strengthened her faith in God Almighty. After praying and believing God to become, enabled her to become a homeowner. Desiree and her husband purchased their first home in March 1st of 2018. Shortly after that, God gave Desiree a vision to start a faith-based t-shirt line. So in September 2018, Desiree launched her signature Just a Believer tee. It wasn't until March 2019 when she made her business official and became the Faith Collection LLC. And thus, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Since then, Desiree has released multiple designs to include the motto, pray, believe, and receive t-shirts, the love tee, nothing but the blood tee. I have that one. A praying mother, a faithful father. I have a fearless and fit. Well, I probably need that one. The believer in training. I'm a believer, breast cancer edition. Fight the good fight of faith. 2020 vision. Black History Faith Tee, the young and the faithful, and the faith and the real estate tee. You see, she has already launched a big line. So we're going to be talking about that here. The foundation scripture for her business is, therefore, I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you can receive them and you will have them. Mark 11:24. So Facebook, YouTube, let's welcome Ms. Desiree Antoinette Bellard to the show. Thank you and welcome. Glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. I just want you to sit back and relax. And audience, I want you to listen to Desiree, and she's going to talk about some of her shirts. I want you to go out and I want you to buy some of those. We need to support Black business. So be ready tonight to support Black business. All right. So Desiree, first question I have for you, tell our listeners a little bit about your journey. I know you prayed to have your business and God blessed you, but what made you decide to start your business?
Well, Mr. Cedrick, to be perfectly honest with you, the whole idea really started off as a joke. I tell this to everybody. My cousin and I, we worked together at DCFS. We're on the same hall. Her office is down the hall from me. And not long after my husband and I purchased our home, we were just in her office like normal, just clowning around, taking a little break from the office work. And just out of nowhere, my cousin said, "Oh, there's a right now. They just bought a house, y'all. She a baller." And baller is a little slang for somebody with a whole lot of money. That's not me. So I'm normally not one to have a comeback or anything, but my immediate response to her was, "Girl, I'm not a baller. I'm just a believer." And it was just like, whoa. And I'm really known for getting T-shirts made for any and every occasion, birthdays, whatever. My husband and I, we even had shirts made the day we closed on our home. One of my sorority sisters, she always makes custom shirts for me, Miss Kayla Ned. So she made us a shirt for the day we closed on our home. And so after, some time went by, and later on that day, I texted my cousin. I said, "Cousin, you think I could make a hustle like selling T-shirts that say I'm not a baller, just a believer?" And she said, "Yeah, cousin, I'll be your first sale." I was like, "For real?" So a joke, and I just let it be. And it just kind of kept weighing heavily on my heart. It just kept playing in my mind. I'm not a baller, just a believer. I'm not a baller, just a believer. And so about 6 months later, I decided to go ahead and just launch the shirt. And I was like, let me see how this does. And when I put it out on Facebook, I just received great feedback, lots of support. And everybody was just purchasing just a believer shirts. And I didn't even, I didn't realize that it would become such a successful business. I thought that would be my only design at the time. I didn't see, I have a list of, I think, 15 designs now. So I went from just that one to now 2 years later almost, and I have 15 different designs. So that's pretty much how it started.
Wow. Well, that is awesome. So 15 designs, 0 designs to 15 designs.
Yes, sir.
And with that, obviously that strengthens your pizzazz, that strengthens your credibility to your customers, right?
Yeah.
What do you attribute to the fact that your customers are buying a lot from you?
And it's just a major blessing. Every shirt design that is birthed through the Faith Collection, they all stem from personal experiences, either something that I have experienced personally or someone in my immediate family has experienced. And it doesn't come from me. Like literally all of my visions are given to me by God. And sometimes they're just out of nowhere. Sometimes just in the middle of the night, I'm awakened out of my sleep and I'm just like, what? I'm like, okay, God. And it's like I feel like, even when I'm like, okay, I don't have anything going on, like I'll tell my graphic designer, okay, this will be it for a while. I don't have anything else in mind, which that happened last year around Christmas time. I did Christmas shirts. And I said, okay, Tyler, we're done till next year. Well, maybe about a week after that, I texted him and I said, Tyler, we're not done, because God had gave me 2020 vision for New Year. And that was just huge. My church family supported me in a major way with 2020 vision, because we have watch night service on New Year's Eve, and the team got together collectively. They wore the shirts. My pastor had the shirt on. So many church members. It was just amazing. Like, I just sat in there and pretty much cried the whole time. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I just never saw all of this, but that's what faith is.
Absolutely. Well, that is so phenomenal and awesome, and obviously, I like your design as well. I'm a believer. I bought I think like four of your
You
shirts.
did. You did.
And one of the things I want the audience to know, and then I'll ask you some more questions. I want the audience to know is that I'm not a cotton t-shirt wearing person. So I reached out to Desiree and said, I love your shirts, but I really would like to have them in like a dry fit. And she said, oh, no problem. Let me work on that. And like a day or so later, boom, she said, I got it all lined out for you. Got the shirts mailed out to me a couple of days later, and I absolutely love them. So thank you for that prompt customer service.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate your support. I try my best to be prompt. And if I can, I just send personal messages and say, I just needed your patience. Thank you for your patience. I try to get orders out as quickly as I can. I do work by myself. I just like to do it by myself on my own. I know if something is not right, I did it. I don't have anybody else to blame. But as we continue to grow, I was like, okay, so one of these family members of mine, they're gonna have to learn how to work this machine.
Yes. Hold on.
I blessed my mother's two brothers with Faithful Father tees for Father's Day. They actually got them in the mail today. One lives in Chicago, one lives in Arkansas. And I did dry fit for them. I thought that they would like that. So I thought about you when I did their tees. I said, I'm gonna do a dry fit like I did for Mrs. Cedrick's, because I like how that came out for you.
Yeah, it came out really well. I need to check my audio. For some reason, it's still acting up. Hold on a second here. Not sure what is causing this echo. Okay, let's see if that works a little better. For some reason, there's a big echo that's happening online. No, it's still there. Give me a second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try that. Still there, folks. Check the audio. Let me know if you still hear that. I can still hear it on my end, and I don't really have anything on. But let's go on and see if it'll correct itself. Because I don't hear it when you're speaking, Desiree. So, Desiree, leaders come in all different type packages with different strengths. What strengths do you feel are important for successful leaders to have?
I feel some important strengths for leaders to have, or to be honest. Number one, leaders need to be trustworthy. loyalty is a big factor to me. Being organized, and being able to prioritize. And I'm still working on that because I always have a lot going on with the kids, extracurricular activities, my job, and now the faith collection, just, life in general. So being able to prioritize is a big strength that I feel that leaders need to possess.
Okay. Prioritization is extremely important, and leaders need to be able to prioritize their agenda and their schedule.
Yes.
So I'm going to put these headphones on and see if maybe that helps.
I've learned that I have to start putting everything in my calendar now. I feel like when I do that, because I remember growing up, she would have her little pocket calendars in her purse. And when I was younger, she tried to teach me how to do that. And I was like, oh, Mama, I don't need to do that. I don't need to write that down. But now I see why. I have to write down everything. I use my phone for it, but I'm like, I really do need a paper calendar to write everything down because it is so easy to overlap things, especially with, just a lot going on. And now I have two in sports, and I just got their schedules. Like one kid has 3 games in 1 week. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Well, that is better you than me, right? That's what I'll say. So audience, let me know if you still hear that echo. I have these headsets on now. Do you have any audio on, Desiree?
No, sir.
No? Okay. All right. Well, let's keep rolling. So good leaders ask great questions. What has been some best questions or some good questions that you have asked that made a big difference in your path?
So in regards to the business, I had a few questions when I first started, and I got, with some friends who were already in business. And so questions that I had was, how do I make my business legal? I just wanted to do everything right, and that took me a couple of months to get done. Because like I said, I had launched the first t-shirt back in September of 2018. But as you read in my bio, the Faith Collection didn't become official until March of 2019. So that was a question that I had. How do I make my business legal? Another question I had was in regards to the business, where do I purchase wholesale, to get my different products, the t-shirts and everything that I needed. I was also, it was brought to my attention by one of my really good friends and sorority sisters, Miss Tammy Cook. Once I started coming out with the other designs after Just the Believer, she encouraged me to cut out the middleman. So that was a question I had, after she brought that to my attention. I'm like, well, how do I do that? At the beginning, I was not doing my own shirts. I was paying a screen printing company to do them. And so she said, well, Desiree, you can do this yourself. And I was like, how? I didn't know I could do that. So every shirt that came after Just the Believer, I am doing them on my own. So that cut out the middleman. And also another question I had too, when she mentioned that I could do it on my own was, how do I even use this machine that I need? Because I don't know what I'm doing. So another good friend who's also one of my sorority sisters, I mentioned her earlier, Miss Kayla Ned. She does all of my custom shirts for me. She is the person who taught me how to use the heat press machine. So those were a couple of questions that I had to get me started, on my journey.
Wow. Well, then those are 3 great questions. How do I make my business legal? Where do I purchase wholesale? And how to cut out the middleman? Those are great questions. And a lot of business leaders have those questions, right? When they're starting up and if they've not done it before. I want to just put in a plug while we're right here. That very first question, how do I make my business legal? Well, you know what you do? You call the Black Entrepreneurs Institute. And the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, for all you people out there that don't know, is an organization that's designed to help new entrepreneurs and small business leaders understand how to start up their business and how to overcome those different challenges. So that's just a little plug for the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, who will be going live tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Time on the Empowered Living Network. So make sure you tune in. So, Desiree, just a wild card question for you here. So when, I know you're busy with work, you're running your business, you're running your kids all over the city for activities. So when it's time to just like relax and chill out, what do you do for fun?
Sleep. Yes, sleep.
Okay.
That is fun for me.
And how old are your sons?
They are, Demond is 11, Dominic is 4, Daxton is 2.
And that is awesome. And the oldest one happens to be in a program, was this past year in a program called the Millionaire Boys Mentoring Program.
Yes, he absolutely loves it.
Awesome. I was so excited and so glad to have him in the program. He always was smiling. I think there was one day during the year that he didn't smile when he was in the session, and it was noticeable.
Oh, yeah. He's pretty happy. He loves talking about those stocks and stuff. He knows about that than me. I don't know anything about it, but he had fun learning about that.
Well, that's awesome. That's just, oh man, if we were in session right now, they would all be happy because all the stock that we were tracking is doing this right now. So they would all be making money. Yes. Awesome. So growth, in order to grow, you have to be intentional. And one of the things you did to grow yourself was to, one, start a business. And that came with a whole lot of new learning experiences and stretching yourself to get outside your comfort zone, right?
Right.
But so what do you do to continue growing for personal and professional growth? What do you do?
So one thing that I do, and I am a firm believer in, is vision boards. And my cousin, who's also my first lady, Mrs. Adrena Alexander, she introduced me to vision boards. She has those almost yearly, and it's normally around like the first of the year. And we had one this year, and I'm in love with my 2020 vision board. I still have things that I'm still working on, even from the one I did back in, I think it was 2016. I did my very first vision board with her, and it's just phenomenal how to see everything that's on there like coming to pass and just happening. Like you really have to see it. You write it down, you just take a picture of it, and it's just awesome. And one thing that I'll share with you that's on my 2020 vision board, I cut it out of a magazine, and it says the year I told my story. And like that's what I'm doing here with you. And it's definitely, I told you before when you asked me to do this, that it is way out of my comfort zone. I'm not one to, like to talk in front of people or anything. I'm a background type of person. So this just being on here on your leadership show is growth for me. Just finding ways to increase my faith, budgeting. I'm trying to get better at doing that. Actually formulating a budget, sticking to a budget, journaling, just to go back to, oh, wow, this is what was going on, but, look at what's going on now. So, and just seeking guidance from other professionals those who are in the same line of business with me, and those who aren't, just just on a professional level. So those are just some different things that I'm doing just to be a better Desiree.
Okay. All right. So guys, you hear that? She is not only running her business, but she's also doing things to continue to make herself better. And she said one of the things that she's doing is learning how to better manage her money, right? Because she's going to be making money in her new business, and you need to know how to handle that money.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
You need to understand how to take that money and make it grow for you. And especially with the new businesses struggle sometimes in the beginning because of not understanding how to manage the money properly. So it's awesome advice that she's giving you on how to stay afloat.
Yes, and keep it separate. Have a business account, leave the business money over here, personal money over there. Yeah, that's really important.
Yes, absolutely. So for some of you out there, there was a webinar that was this weekend called Winning with Money. Next month, when we do that webinar again, it's no charge to you. Make sure you register for that. It teaches you the power of managing your money and how to make it grow, exponential growth. So, Desiree, as we continue down this path, are there any books that you're reading that you would want to recommend to people to pick up and read?
Mr. Cedrick, I have to be totally honest with you. I am not a reader. Shh, don't tell them, okay?
It's our secret. Nobody knows.
I'm like, the more you need to read a book. I want to read. But I don't know. I've been terrible with it. Like, I read if I have to. When I was in college, I had to read. I read, had to make my grades, but just to read. I've never been that type of person. But I have books. And it's like, oh, I want to read that. Let me get that. And they just sit and they collect dust.
Well, I love the transparency. That's okay. All right. I know one book you're reading. You're reading the Bible every Sunday, right?
I am.
I know that. All right. I won't tell Adrena. Okay. And you said she's your cousin. Her and my wife are actually cousins.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But that's okay. You're in a growth mode right now. So all leaders read, right? So, but you're in a growth mode right now. So Desiree is growing her business. So she's definitely growing and stretching herself right now. But that's going to be a point where her business is going to level off and she'll be able to manage everything. Then she's going to start reading. That's what she's waiting for.
Yes. Next time we talk, I'm going to have, yes, I'm going to tell you all the books I've read.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So what advice would you give an emerging leader on finding leadership opportunities and ways to fill their professional toolbox?
So some advice I would give is to make connections with other professionals who can help them be successful in their business. And when I say those connections, like, for example, Mr. Tyler Simeon, he is a major part of the Faith Collection. He is our web and graphic designer. He manages my website. I don't do a thing. I just simply text Tyler and say, hey, Tyler, can you update the website with this? And anytime I have my visions for my new designs, I talk to Tyler, and all I do is I tell him what God has given me. It's in my head. I don't put anything on paper for Tyler. I just tell him, okay, this is it. These are my words. This is my scripture reference. You make it come alive. And then he'll send it back to me, and it's like, whoa. So he is just amazing at his craft. So make connections with people like that. Another person who is very influential or a big help to the Faith Collection is Mr. Donovan Como. He's also a graphic designer, but he does my business cards and different things that I need to do my vendor booths, retractable banner, my nice backdrop. He does all of those things for me. And another thing another piece of advice I would give to up and coming business owners is to just make your business known in the community. Put yourself out there, any opportunity that you can, just be involved. For me, there's lots of opportunity to showcase my products at different vendor booth opportunities. But not only just to make money, also just try to give back when they're having things, because I've received phone calls like, hey, can you just donate like a door prize or something like that? I'm having this event. Sure, that's putting your name out there. So I think that's important.
Make connections and network, and several guests have also talked about that, building relationships, and said it's very important. Ms. Shatanya McCarty is listening to you right now, our chairman, and she said very important about networking. And Janet Woodard said hashtag relationship.
Relationships. I can see Janet's comment. I didn't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk about your business directly. Are you gonna be at some events here coming up?
Not that I know of. I mean, with COVID stopping everything.
Oh well, that's true. That's true.
I don't have anything coming up. I was.
How can they reach you?
Heritage Festival, but that got canceled. That was back in March, and that's when all of this transpired. So I was excited about that event. One of my I guess goals, I don't want to put a short or long term on it, but one of my goals is to get to Essence Festival one of these years. Okay.
Well, that would be awesome, right?
Yeah, it would be.
So how can they get in contact with you? I just want to make sure that they understand that.
Okay, so for all things Faith Collection, they can visit my website. It's www.thefaithcollectionllc.com, and we're on Facebook, The Faith Collection LLC, and we're also on Instagram at The Faith Collection LLC.
Okay, thefaithcollectionllc.com and Instagram, The Faith Collection LLC. So reach out and purchase something. Support this Black-owned business, Black-owned faith-based business.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, with new businesses, it's always important to have a mentor or someone you can call on that helps you think through strategy or think through an issue or some type of problem, or may even work a new solution. Do you have a mentor, or do you recommend having a mentor?
Yes, I actually have a couple. My friend, Miss Marzetta Guillory, is one of my good mentors, and my good friend, Mr. Arthur Woodard, he's one of my mentors. Both of them are people that I can call. They've been in business a lot longer than me. Arthur and his wife, Janet, my good friends, they own A2J Photo Booth, and they are very successful in their business. So anytime that I have a general business question, I just can pick up the phone and call and say, just ask whatever it is. And, they'll give really good advice. Arthur also was the person who helped me to do my LLC. He told me the steps that I needed to take and to get my occupational license here in Lake Charles. So he was very helpful with that because, they had already did it. So he's always very, very helpful. Even, sometimes I may respond or say something and I'm like, is it professional? Let me call next Arthur. Was that okay? So, and he'll be like, yes, yeah, you're good. So I'm like, okay. And Marzetta, she's very influential as well. She started this Facebook group. It's called We Inspire, and We stands for Women Entrepreneurs Inspire. And it's just a very encouraging and uplifting group for women entrepreneurs, just always posting encouraging messages. She and I will just have, conversation, and she's just always, always, always encouraging, very supportive of the business. She knows this is like totally out of my comfort zone. She was like, "Oh, how does the show?" I was like, "I'm not telling you." So she's just one of those, she tries to push me, I was like, yeah, this one is really getting me out of my comfort zone here.
Meanwhile, I was advertising it all over the place. So
I told her, I said, no, go watch Tyler's show, because our sorority partnered with Tyler this evening, and he was putting on a virtual branding conference tonight. His actually started at 7, so I was like, y'all go watch Tyler.
Well, that's all right. Someone here watching you.
I see that. I see Miss Shatanya, her comment now there. I can see him now coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. As far as mentors, I also just want to also mention another person who is very influential to me, Miss Tamika Selders. She's also one of my sorority sisters as well. She owns Brown Baby Design, and she is just, her business just really inspired me whenever I started my business. She has apparel for kids, and again, she is an inspiration, because she's at Essence Festival every year, and I've just kind of followed her, and I'm like, wow, that's just so amazing. So I texted her one day. I was like, I'm gonna be next to you one year. I don't know when it's gonna be. I'm gonna be right next door. So I've called her, and she's given me advice too before. So I have some really good people in my corner.
Well, that is awesome. I will say that having good mentors is extremely important to new entrepreneurs, but it's also important to people who are out there who are seasoned entrepreneurs. Make sure that you reach out to people and ask questions. Excuse me, one that's going to stimulate your mentor's mind, and be ready to receive things that's going to stimulate your mind and your thinking to help grow your business. So we have with us tonight Ms. Desiree Antoinette Bellard, and she's here talking about her the Faith Collection LLC. And you'll see across the screen, her website is running there. I need each of you to go to her website tonight and buy something. I need you tonight to go out and support a Black-owned business. So she should be able to look at her data tomorrow and see that people have gone to her website and purchased some things. So we've all had successes, but we've also all failed at some point in time, right? Tell us about a time where you had one failure and a lesson you learned from it and how you overcame that.
Well, one failure that I can tell you about is actually when I was in college at Southern. When I went to Southern, my initial major was actually nursing. And I was in college probably about 2 years. And then, you apply to nursing school, got accepted to nursing school. Did okay the first semester, I passed, but that next semester was when it really got challenging. And I know it was called nursing. I think it was 304, and I want to say it was like a med-surg class. I don't really remember, but it was tough. For the first time, I failed that course with a big fat F. I was like, oh my God. I was supposed to tell my mama about this, I was just like, I thought it was the end of the world because I failed. I had never done that. I was like, I'm an honor roll student. I make A's and B's. I don't make F's, but I failed that class. And Southern had what was called back then repeat and delete. So I was able to take the class again the next semester, and I I still didn't pass. I got a D.
So you had some improvement.
I mean, a little, but it still was not good enough. And I was like, okay, this is not for me. So I just wound up switching my major. And that's when I went over to the psychology department. Psychology, and I felt like I was the smartest person in the school of psychology because I was making straight A's. I was like, Lord, I should have been over
here. So you can't be a nurse, but you can analyze people.
Oh my goodness. It was just it was rough because like I said, I really thought it was the end of the world. I didn't know how I was gonna call and tell my mama, and I was crazy. But once I got to psychology, it was like a breeze, I guess, because I had been through the fire in the nursing building. I had set a goal, and I knew that I wanted to graduate with those blue cards from Southern. I wanted to have a 3.0 or higher graduated from college. So I did what I had to do to bring my GPA back up because those 2 grades made my GPA drop.
Sure.
When I got to psychology, I was just on it. And, I went to summer school and I brought my GPA back up and I graduated with honorable mention cards from Southern. So I met my goal and I still graduated on time. I was like, look, I'm not going to be in school. I got to get out of here.
You didn't want the 10-year plan?
No, absolutely not.
Well, that's awesome. And again, thanks for the transparency and sharing with the audience. I know that they appreciate that type of stuff. We hear about people having a lot of success with things, and sometimes reality, no one ever hears about the struggle that they had, right? So it's so good that you're comfortable to share that. And young people that are out there listening, here's what happened. She was performing. She took a course that was challenging for her. She failed it, but she didn't quit. She didn't stop. She didn't give up. What she did, she kept the goal. The goal was to graduate from college.
Right.
She just changed her plan. So you never surrender the goal. You always change the plan. If plan A doesn't work, you go to plan B. If plan B doesn't work, you go to plan C. If psychology didn't work, she was going to be a business major, right?
Right. I didn't know that then.
Right. So the point is never surrender the goal. Never, ever, ever surrender the goal, but always be willing to change the plan. And now, look what she's doing. She's in the career that she wants. She is a business owner, and her business is thriving. And it's thriving in a time where some businesses are failing, right? And let me be clear. Black-owned businesses fail 22% more than non-Black-owned businesses. Minority-owned Black women businesses struggle and make 4 times less than their counterparts. Ms. Desiree here is sharing with you the secrets on how to have a successful business. One, she had to understand how to make it legal, not the shade tree business, how to make it legal. Understand how to maximize her dollars by finding a wholesale supplier, right? Also, how to cut out middlemen when she didn't need those resources anymore. It's okay to start your business one way, but then you realize, wait a minute, I can do something more efficient, more effective, and cut out those middle people. See, folks, this is what big businesses do. Right? You go look at the Coca-Colas, the Johnson & Johnsons, the Abbott Laboratories, these Apple just announced today that in their new software, the chip was made by Intel. Well, they're cutting out Intel. They're making their own chip now, doing just what Desiree did, cut out the middleman. And Apple is the world's largest company. They're the first trillion-dollar company, and they're still trying to figure out how to cut out the middleman. Just like Desiree is talking to you about tonight, folks. That's the lessons that's in this message tonight that she's giving you. So what tidbits of wisdom can you give our audience or leave our listeners with in terms of improving how they can use leadership and growth in their personal and professional lives?
So I would just say, don't doubt yourself, which is actually what I did in the beginning. That's why it took me so long to even launch the business, because I was just doubting myself, like, can I do this? You know, I wasn't sure. So, you know, don't doubt yourself, just go for it. There will be some who support you. There'll be some who don't support you. Focus on those who do. First impressions are lasting ones. It always makes me feel good when I'm at a vendor booth opportunity and, you know, people pass by and they say, wow, I like your setup. You have everything, you know, it's so nice and professional. And so, you know, I think first impressions are lasting ones. And also just find balance. Again, another moment of transparency. I'm still working on that myself, finding balance with everything, with the working for the state, working for myself, being a wife, being a mom, you know, just find balance. And last but certainly not least, this is a big one for me. Support others. I'm very big on supporting. And even if, you know, we're in the same line of business, we're not doing the exact same thing. You know, I haven't found anybody else who has just a believer shirts or pray, believe, receive shirts. So you know what I'm saying? The exact same thing that I'm doing. You know, yes, they may have a t-shirt business, but it's a message. It's okay to support that person, you know? Yes. So that's just really important.
Well, I actually love those. Go for it. Focus on those who support you and believe in you. Find balance and support others. That's so important, especially in Black-owned businesses. We say a lot, oh, support Black-owned businesses, but then we don't really go out and do it, put the application into practice, right?
Right.
So that's awesome, and I definitely try to do that. That's why I supported your business as well, just to give my support to your business. I love when I see new entrepreneurs coming up. So hopefully one of these days, Damon will open up a business or start investing and say, Mr. LaFleur, I need help with understanding some more. So I'll be ready.
Yeah. He's actually, he had been trying to think of, you know, something that he could do. He had, you know, at one point it was kind of an interest to him, like, I wonder if I had my own business, what would I do? And I was like, well, you should go think about it. Write it down. Come back and let me know.
Absolutely. There are tons of small business ideas for kids his age, and they're real successful. One of them is a young guy it's called Mo's Bows. He's a young guy. He started 11 years old making bow ties.
Okay.
In Memphis, and now he has a really big bow tie business.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, Damon Johns, the guy with what's the name of the my FUBU, I think it is. Damon Johns helped financially support some of his business and give him some mentorship.
Okay.
So I do have a question. One of the tidbits you gave was, you said find balance. So you're a mother of young kids, and you're working your professional career and trying to run your business. So how do you balance that and find that balance? Because that's a struggle for a lot of people.
Oh, it's still a struggle for me. I'm still working on it. No lie. Yeah. some days I'm like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do it all. You know, just it. I mean, my husband helps out as much as he can, but his work schedule is just he works shift work, so it's like sometimes he's on days, sometimes he's on nights. So you know, but he, my parents, my mother, Lord, I don't know what I would do without her. I just pray God leave her here for like 2,000 more years, because she is like my right hand. So I don't know. Just some days I just look back and I'm like, how did I do all that? You know, I don't know. But I just try to, again, that goes back to prioritizing. Like, okay, what do I have to do? Let me plan out my day. You know, especially when the extracurriculars, like now with baseball going on, it's like, okay, I know I have to work 8 to 4:30. That's number one. I got to get up and go to work. After that, it's like, okay, we may have a baseball game at 5:30, another baseball game at 6. Oh, we got to eat. We have to, you know, you have to see about your household. And it's like, okay, now I'm tired, but I might have some work to do for the faith collection. So I may have to stay up a little past my bedtime, you know, a little late to get some work done, get orders out, and get up the next morning and do it all over again.
The struggles of being a budding entrepreneur, right?
Right. Yep. Yep.
Um,
Late nights, early mornings.
Late nights, early morning turns into Apple. Late nights, early morning turns into Facebook. Late night, early mornings turns into things like Starbucks, and even McDonald's started like that. So that is awesome, folks. I don't know if you understand the value of the advice that you're getting tonight for no charge. See, at some point, you're going to have to pay Desiree to give you this advice. She is on here tonight on Talk Leadership with Cedrick, giving you this advice for no charge. So I want you to take it. Make sure you write something down. If you don't remember, go back and listen to it. I know on my side, the audio is kind of choppy, but when she's talking, the audio is very clear. You just need to hear what she's saying. And you also need to see across the bottom of the screen, thefaithcollectionllc.com. Go support a woman, Black-owned business. So, you know, we're going to be wrapping up here in just a little bit, but I want to find out. So you're charging Indian, Washington Marion, Magnet High School, class of 2003. So I know that you know, and I know you've been told that the best class is the 1985 class, right?
Okay.
We're going to run with that one, okay? It's called host privileges, right?
I got you.
So, hey, talk to those charging Indians that are out there that are looking for T-shirts, and just talk about the different, just re-mention again the different lines that you have.
Sure. So my signature tee is called the Just a Believer tee, and it says, "I'm not a baller, just a believer." And on the back, it has our foundation scripture of Mark 11:24. Therefore, I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them. So that's our signature tee. We also have our motto tee, which just has big bold letters. It says, "Pray, believe, receive" on our motto tee. We have our love tee that we came out with one year for Valentine's Day, and it says, "Love is patient, love is kind." We have our praying mother tee, a faithful father tee, our believer in training, which is for our youth, as well as the young and the faithful. We have our breast cancer awareness tee, fearless, faithful, and fit workout tees and tanks. Nothing but the blood tee, fight the good fight of faith camo tee, our 2020 vision tee. We have our Black History Faith tee, but it's called Black History Faith, but it can be worn year round. I wear mine all the time. I also named one of my shirts the Faith in Real Estate tee, and that one says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord," because that's where all of this stemmed from was the home buying process. So we have our faith in real estate tea, and our most recent one is our Faith of July tea, not the 4th of July, but our Faith of July. So we have that coming out for you to wear your faith on the 4th.
Okay, all right. I see one of your sorors is checked in, Miss Shalom St. Mary. Hello, Shalom.
Oh, that's my second mother.
Okay, she's my cousin. So they're not listening to that Tyler stuff over there. They're right here listening to you.
Oh, they're supposed to be listening to Tyler. She's probably doing both.
Well, I'm excited and glad that you came on the show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know that the audience.
I did. I was very, even though I said I was out of my comfort zone, I'm comfortable now.
See, what did I tell you? You're going to be asking me, hey, can we stay on 5 minutes longer?
No.
It happens. Everybody needs a little TLC every now and then. So thank you guys for coming and listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. Thank you for listening and tuning in to listen to Miss Desiree Bellard. And I want you to go out, folks. I need you to go out, folks, and go to her website, thefaithcollectionllc.com. Buy a t-shirt. You heard her list all the different type of shirts she has. So whether you have a husband, a wife, or a significant other, or both, I don't know. That's not my business. But a daughter, a son, a baby, someone's looking to buy some real estate. She has it all. So go to thefaithcollectionllc.com and buy.
We also have a few other things. I'm sorry, Mr. Cedrick.
No,
other things in addition to the t-shirts. I also have faith wristbands that I'm wearing right now. It has our motto on it: pray, believe, receive. And we also have vehicle decals. So with the motto on it, so you can put it on your car and wear your faith on your car.
Look at that. She's expanding. See what I'm saying? See, everybody get excited when Apple expands, right? Everybody gets excited when Facebook add new features. The Faith Collection LLC is doing the exact same thing, folks. It's a business model. So go and support her business. Anything else you want to mention, Desiree?
No, that's it. I see Lolita just commented. I forgot she told me to remind her about today. I forgot, but I'm glad she remembered. Hey, Lolita.
She's a Facebook friend. She and I went to middle school together. So she was on my page seeing the time that we were here. So tonight, folks, we were talking to Miss Desiree Antoinette Bellard. Hopefully you got something from the session tonight. She gave us a lot of good advice for new entrepreneurs, how to run a business and how to find balance in your life and how to support others. Don't doubt yourself, right? She said, make connections and network. So again, thefaithcollectionllc.com. So tonight, folks, earlier today, actually, we launched a completely no charge 8-week intensive leadership growth mindset program called Real Life Change 101. Whether you are in need of a refresher course on the basics or the essentials principles for changing your life. In this meat and potatoes program, we're going to give you all things you need for your business, for your personal life, for your career. You're going to, in this program, again, it's completely no charge to you. It's called the Real Life Change 101. In this program, you're going to receive the complete ebook about relationships, attitude, ethics, leadership, self-improvement, success, teamwork, equipping, and mentoring. That's the book that we're going to be going through, and every night for 8 weeks. We're going to be intense about changing your life. You're also going to get invited to a private Facebook group. The first 50 people that register will also get at no charge, again, one communication impact assessment. It's a disc-based assessment to help you understand your communication style and your learning style. The first 50 people who register will get that at no charge, folks. This program is a $500 value. You're getting all of it for no charge, no cost at all, no strings attached. The assessment, the communication impact assessment, is $150 value. You're going to get that at no charge to you. All you have to do is register, show up starting July 15th. Go to my Facebook page. You'll see the registration link there. Starting July 15th, every Wednesday through September 2nd. Tune in tomorrow night, where we will have tomorrow night on the Empowered Living Network. It's a Facebook platform. There's 1.8 million subscribers. The Black Entrepreneurs Institute will be launching its first live show. Yes, I'm one of the founders, and you'll see me there. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 6:30 Central on the Empowered Living Network. If you're not a member of the that network today, no problem. Send me a message. We'll make sure you get an invite link to join the Empowered Living Network. Also tomorrow night, for all you folks in Lake Charles, you need to be on the line right here. The audio will be fixed by then. Right here tomorrow night at 7:45 Central Time, Mr. Marshall Simeon will be on talking about the Enterprise Extension Project. We need you here tomorrow night at 7:45 Central. Always remember, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Don't be on the menu. On us tomorrow night, everybody needs a little TLC. Thank you, and you have a good evening.